Hi, it's Chris here. I was going to give you a demo of making a dragon head. Since the challenge was this month was dragons and dragon eggs, dragon eyes, dragon eggs. This is my version of a dragon head. This was published in Untitled Times several years back. So here we go. Got a standard mandrel, bead release, get it nice and warm. I'm using light lapis as the base for my dragon. What I'm going to do is just start building a cylinder first. Just laying down glass to build a cylinder. I don't want to be too small, but I don't want to get too extravagant, because you get too big, you can work on one end and break the other. So that's where I'm at. I'm just going to start building up layers on top, layers of coils on this. What I will be using, my light lapis is my base color. I'm using 104 iris orange for accents. I'm also using iris orange frit for accent. I'm also I use messy piece for the eyes. And this one I'm using Fetre grass green, probably light or medium, for the color of the eyes. And then I've also got Reichenbach dense black for pupils. So like I said, all I'm doing now is just starting to build up a gather. I want to have a nice sized cylinder here first. And I'm not being super precise. This is kind of messy. That's kind of how I work. I'm not typically super precise. Using a grooved shaper. I got this from Sundance Art Glass, but there's several. You can get some from Arrow Springs, you can get whatever, but this is a really nice way to help you even out your cylinder. So I'm touching up the edge. What I'm doing is just fixing the ends. I fixed that end, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to add more glass for the snout and for the area around the eye sockets and head. But I'm just doing nice little shaping. So there we are. That's the base that I have for the dragon. Now I'm going to add glass on this side and this side. This will be the snout. This will be the top of the head. So, and all I'm going to do is just going to go with a couple nice wraps on this end. So I just want to have enough that it can make kind of a snout. Just going to heat that, melt it in. And when I come back to start adding features, I'm going to look at the imperfections that I have in this wrap and how I put the head on, to see the orientation of how I'm going to build my head. So now I'm going to start. This is going to be the front of the face, front where the eyes are going to be. This is about right where the eyes are going to be. And then I'm going to taper this back to the back of the head. And this is going to be a little bit bigger in diameter than the snout. So just laying down glass. And I'm being very, I would have to say, kind of sloppy with this. This is not, I'm not being precise yet. Got a little bit more glass I want to add to the back of the head. Okay, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to heat up the back of the head, a little warmth on the snout, heat up the back of the head. Get that nice and warm, melted in. Make it all nice and even. And then I'm going to look at where my snout is and decide where I want which orientation I want. If you look really close here, it's a little narrower right in here, so I'm going to have that to the bottom. So I'm going to heat the back of the head on that side with that to the bottom and press gently. So I just want sort of a little flat spot on the back side. So that's going to be the back of my dragon's head. Give everything a nice heat. So I don't want anything to break. This is where things can go wrong. Okay. Give everything a nice little heat. And I'm trying to keep that heat in the center part of my, and I'm just going to roll that gently. This will give it a nice little effect. I'm going to melt in that iris orange or raku frit. Part of it will be covered up, part of it you won't see, but the part you do see will be a nice effect. Okay. That's where I'm at right now. Got the frit down. Now I'm going to put down eye sockets for my dragon. And I'm using the 104 iris orange. Just kind of looking. I'm going to put a dot, decent sized dot. And then look on the other side of the head, got the same position, another decent sized dot. Put that down. So now I've got 2 dots. That's where my eyes are going to be. Now I need to press those down. So I'm just heating, pressing flat. Heating, pressing flat. So that's what my, this one needs just a little bit more press. Okay. On top of that now, I'm going to add a dot piece. It's going to be smaller than that dot. Just a dot. This allows the eye color to show up. So I have that. Now, give everything a nice little bit of insurance heat. Heat one eye socket. Press. Heat the other eye socket. Press. Heat the first one. So what I'm just trying to do is to get so there's no unevenness around the edges. So now, got my nice fat stringer of spring green. Put a dot over the piece. Do the other eye, dot, and they're both covered. Heat everything up again nicely. Heat the one eye, and I'm just pressing lightly. I'm not mashing it flat. I'm not trying to press it in like I did with the piece. I'm just flattening that color down so it completely covers the piece. And come here. This is my Reichenbach Dense Black. I'm going to use it for the eye, for the pupils. But now I'm just heating my eye spots where my color is, so that it rounds up so it just rounds up nicely. Little dot. Just dot, touch, press in, heat, press. And I'm not pressing it in all the way, I'm just kind of flattening it back, not much. Okay, I'll let this cool so you can see. That's what my dragon looks like currently. So now the next step is I'm going to cut in along the sides for the mouth. So I'm just heating one side of the bead from the snout to just below the eyeball. I'm using my razor tool, just laying in a line, pressing in a line. To the other side, lay in a line. And then I come back, once I have my lines, and I press just a little corner. So this is where I will come back in and add a dot of ivory and make a fang eventually. But right now, I'm gonna make the nose, make some nostrils up here. So I've got the iris orange again. Just gonna add a dot and pull it up and that back. And then I'm going to use my tungsten poker. We're kind of off to the side. Pushing to center. Going to just poke. Spots for nostrils. Then I'm going to touch. Hold on here. Heat the tip of the nose. Have a nice warm thing here. So I kind of pulled back the nostril, so he's got kind of a horn for a nose. So I'm keeping the entire bead warm, but I'm not trying to melt anything at this point. Put a dot. This is where he's going to have horns on the back on his head. And I'm going to build these up in layers, so it looks kind of like rings of a tree or something like that. So heat, press flat, heat, press flat, grab the rod again, add a slightly smaller, well, just add another dot of color on each top one of those. And we'll go through the cycle again. Heat, press, heat, press. And I think I'll add one more. A little bit of a hole when I finish this dot. So we've got kind of a horn. Okay? And then, since I didn't plan ahead, I'm going to pull a little bit of emergency stringer here. So heat a gather, just the end of my mandrel, touch, pull. So I need a little bit for a couple decorations here. Put a dot, dot, dot. Okay. Now I need to put his teeth in. Per teeth in of each fist. But where I had that cut, now I'm just going to put a little dot of ivory. Do that on both sides. So I've got it in the top of that cut. So now I've got a point on this. I'm going to heat, touch, and then pull down. So I have one fang. Heat, touch, pull down. Okay. So now, here's our dragon. Give him a little bit of heat. And I'll tuck him in the kiln. He's all done. You can decorate your dragons as you want. You can do reactive colors, you can do bright colors. It's all entirely up to you. And this shape can be many different things. I've made it into cows, I've made it into cats, I've made it into dogs. It's up to you. So now, there we are. One finished dragon head. Thanks for watching.